Evolution of organogenesis. I'm going to make a small introduction to the subject. The article Mammalian Embryology and Organogenesis is divided into 6 items when it presents the evolution of organogenesis in mammals from its origin and comparative studies on embryonic development with their respective characteristics. In the organ system, systems develop and differentiate such as the skeletal system, muscular system, circulatory system, digestive system, reproductive system, and neural system. This occurs after gastrulation. In mammals, a general anatomical construction is slightly different, but the development of external organs will be discussed. This occurs after a certain point, and it is understood that the external anatomy is used to stage the embryos in the progress of their development and investigate their internal structures. The external anatomy gives an initial impression of the extent to which the organs can develop under the skin. For the realization of the comparative studies, there were 3 important contributions throughout history, which begin with von Sommering, 1799, who documented the external anatomical development by experimenting with 18 aborted human embryos, followed by Franz Cable, 1897 to 1938, who made 16 volumes on normal plates of the embryonic development of vertebrates. And finally, in the 28th century, embryological research developed more towards an experimental science on the description and representation of a stage of the development that illustrate the most common embryonic characteristic in a defined period using complete staging tables. These were created for a particular species and are difficult to compare it with other species, even with the most related. For this, the Standard Event System 2009 was created thanks to Werner Book for comparatively carrying out studies of vertebrate embryos in order to easily recognize any species regardless of age or taxonomic identity, which includes 104 embryonic characters. The relative appearance of certain organs and tissues differs between the main groups of vertebrates, as well as heterochronic effects appear, which are evolutionary changes in the time of developmental characters, which says that the earlier an organ appears in development, the more time can grow, suppress, and regulate the expansion of other organs. This is called heterotrophic effect. The embryonic series of some 80 species of mammalian and non-mammalian tetrapods are compared. The relative moment and 166 external development characters was also compared, where all species exhibit a different duration of their embryonic development, with a gestation that varies from a few days in marsupials up to about 2 years in elephants. Development was scaled between 0 and 1, causing fertilization to be defined as 0 and hatching as 1. These same scores were assigned to a phylogeny at the molecular and evolutionary time scale. The heterochronies of monotremata, Marsuphilia, and Placentalia interpret different body proportions in a relative time as it is in adults. The main differences occur around the time of birth or hatching, which are interpreted divergent adaptations throughout their life. The clades of monotreme and marsupial organogenesis do not significantly affect the sequence of development known for the existing species, and is known little information on the organogenesis of the platypus. Monotremes and marsupials are particularly in the common clades of Placentalia that present a variety of evolutionary forms in diverse terrestrial, flying, aquatic, fossorial, and arboreal forms that in turn reflect a pattern in their life history in different anatomical conditions when born. So thank you for your attention, and that was it.